All right. Okay, we live. We live. Here we go. Here we go. Hey, I'm your man, Aaron Arnold.
I'm your girl, L. Arnold.
Yeah. She just go by L, Hey.
Yeah.
Man, hey, we're the powerhouse couples, man. Couple. Hey, you got more than one couple on there, Hey, we're the powerhouse couple. So hey, I hope you guys are doing good tonight. How you guys doing? Hope you're doing well. So, wife, you go ahead. Like I said, I like when you talk. Go ahead, babe.
Mhm. How's everybody doing tonight? We definitely are excited to be here. We are a relationship mastery coaches, and so we are very big at helping people maximize their best relationships, whether you're single or in a relationship, married for a long time. We definitely are excited and thrilled to help you gain that knowledge and wisdom that you need in order to either spice it up or get it back on track. And we know that some of those major areas in relationships that are big right now are communication, definitely establishing, emotional intelligence amongst our in our relationships. The sexless marriages; that's a big topic. I think that's coming across our table, as well as we're dealing with, you know, the cycles and the drama that's happening, and why are you
Absolutely.
continue on to um, attract that. What's happening when we are attracting the drama and the cycles? And so our topic today is ridding your past to make it last. And yes, that is very difficult, I think, to face at most of the times. Is yes, we do have to look at our past in order for us to go forward in the future. But I think it's like that all around. Our even in the world and the things that you do, you have to definitely address the past, and then you can go forward.
Man, and that's really on all levels, not just relationship, um, but no matter your career, life, or things like that, you gotta work on that part of your past part of where you was to get to where you want to go.
Hmm.
And man, I tell you, if you face that part, everything can be better and greater. But definitely understand it. The hardest part is getting your old you to let you go so you can be your new you.
Yes.
Man, I'm telling you, it's gonna be like a little ball and chain. I don't want to go. I don't want to go. Hey, no, and you gotta understand. You gotta understand. Hey, it's just your pride and your ego trying to protect you. It's
Yeah.
different. It's different than where you was, and I mean, it's like you gotta understand. It's like the natural part of life. And
Hmm.
so, hey, you comfortable where you at? You familiar the surroundings and things like that. So, hey, when you start to step out and trying to go to somewhere new, and you start to feel uncomfortable, and the pride and the ego say, "Hey, what you doing? Hey, man, you about to sabotage us. You gonna get us? Come on back here. Come on." And so, hey, there you go. You go right back into that same mode, and then, hey, there you go.
You're
Yeah,
questioning yourself about whether you're doing it right or wrong, or
yeah,
whether you should stay or leave, or is it you or is it that person? I think starts to come about because, our mind, one thing that the mind does is it wants to protect what we've already established within ourselves. And so when it feels danger, thank you, babe. When it feels danger, what are we gonna do? We're gonna either fight, we're gonna
uh,
either freeze,
fight or flight.
yeah, or you know what I mean, or we're gonna what's the other F? Fight, flight, or freeze. That's it. Fight, flight, or freeze. So you know what I mean? It's like your mind doesn't understand that until you put back in it the thing that is going to replace what has been happening. And that's the way that you stop that cycle, you stop the drama. Um, is that you addressing those inner resistance things, those things that your mate may be telling you, hey, you do this or you do that, and then you like, well, no, that's not me. I know that's not me. I know, but Of course, our mates are the person that's the most closest, the most intimate for us. And so we have to realize that, and we have to go forward in addressing those things, no matter what it might be. It may be that your relationship with your parents wasn't so well. And so you're still acting that out. You're still playing that out with your mate. And your mate
Man,
is getting the blunt of it.
man, definitely. Like it could be mental abuse, physical abuse, verbal abuse, sexual abuse, all of these things. I mean, like I said, and I know a lot of us, like I say, you don't want to address that or even, I mean, come face to face with it. But hey, that is a part of it, and it really it's not even had to do with it's my mate that's acting like this or that, but it's not even it had nothing to do with really your love life before you got there. It's these past things that you're going forward with, and then it's just showing up,
Mhm.
different names, different places, but it's all the same. And that's what's the part that, hey, you gotta change. You gotta face it. It's scary, but you can do it though. And
Mhm.
that's what we do. We help open it up. Oh, is that what's going on in there?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Also, we got a garden in the back, and so we didn't get a chance to, and we had some cauliflower that we was really trying to get to growing. But man, we done seen whatever it was, a little worm, a little bug or something, eating it all up. And those are your garden snatchers. That's
Yes.
what's happening in your mind, in your life. Man, it's eating up your fruit, eating up your vegetables, and you don't even get to see the fruit of what you want because all these little garden snatchers are going on in your garden, which is your mind.
Yes.
Man,
And those garden snatchers are those negative thoughts or those things that you think are the way that you should interact or be intimate with the person in your relationship. And I'm just talking about you all living in a space where it's how you're dealing with day to day, and how you may be um, how you may be Aaron's holding my
look,
strap down.
look, look,
That's
like, babe, they
hilarious.
can't move on. Like, you know what? I got you. We live. Hey, it's okay, babe. They don't even see it. But she's like, hold
Oh
on.
God. Okay.
I felt them on my back. Hey, so we got to go ahead and tell them. Hey, the little
Okay.
strap kept falling. You know what I'm saying? So I said, hey, I got you, both. Just keep on talking. But she couldn't even play along with it. So she couldn't.
Okay.
She couldn't play along with it.
Alright.
But that's what happened.
Yeah,
Okay,
pretty
okay.
much.
I'm
But
sorry. That's what.
yes, so what was I saying? The garden snatchers.
Hold on. She's. You see my lips moving? I got her lips moving back here. I got. All right. I'm sorry. Let's get back to it.
The garden snatchers are definitely something that you have to pluck out, but they can be it can really affect how you are dealing with a relationship. And so what happens is, because you have not addressed those things, either with what has happened to you with the parents, you haven't addressed disappointments that you may have, and that could be career wise, that could be in relationships, that could be in your finances or whatever. If you haven't addressed those things, then you end up living those things out. They're still manifesting, but they're limiting how much you can love, because you're
Yeah.
living by a fear of what you've already established in
And
the
jumping here.
subconscious. Yes.
And that's part of, as she's saying right there, this part, if you don't point that out, you got to understand this is the part that's up there writing the script in, and you up there playing like, oh, that's me, I got to play that part. But you got to realize all that stuff that's being wrote, that's not really you. You know what I mean? At the time being, you was an extra in your own movie. But now once you understand that all those different things, and like what she's talking about, that was a story.
Yeah.
And so in that early part, successes for failures or things that happened as when you was a kid, little boy or little girl,
Yeah.
that was then.
Yeah.
That may have been out of your control. That's not your fault. But now it's time to quit being an extra in your own movie.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? You're not an extra. You are the producer and the writer,
And the creator. Yeah.
the
Yeah.
creator. Yeah.
Yes.
That
And that's where we're getting to when in our program we really think about that. We're getting people to create. It's not just becoming out a powerhouse couple, because a lot of times everybody brings in these beliefs. We're bringing in experiences and all of these different things that we're bringing in into the relationship. and we're living according to that. And if it's not really discussed, of course we
Yeah.
do talk about how we like to do things, or what we like, what we don't like. We do that. But when you do get in a relationship with somebody, or you marry somebody, you're marrying them and you're marrying their family. And so
Family. Yeah.
whatever has been established in the family, sometimes it's generational things that have been established, you're marrying that too. And
Absolutely.
so you have to realize that, okay, I need to be observative to what's going on in the family, the relationships of the family, because that's going to affect possibly our relationship as well. And we definitely realize, hey, we gotta create our own. And that's what we like to do inside of the Powerhouse Couple program, is getting people to start to create their own identity in regards to
And
how your
and
relationship goes.
and not only the family stuff as well, but past relationships.
Yeah,
I mean, taking in all the other man, the other woman, or however they was. Hey, your
yeah,
new mate, they not them.
yeah, they're not them. You're
Yeah.
right.
Hey, what pleases L? Hey, that's no. Let's leave them back where they belong.
Yeah,
So that's what the part that you have to understand and treat them accordingly.
yeah,
But because that, like I said, that's the story that's being played. Such and such, they like that, but they don't ever say it.
yeah,
And then it's like, why you don't like? Hey, can I be me?
yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah,
No, I ain't so and so. You
yeah,
know what I mean?
yeah. And I think too, there may be triggers because you haven't dealt with those
Yeah,
garden snatchers that you haven't dealt with, and so there may be a trigger that somebody new that you're dating or that you've married comes to say or speak or does, and that takes you back to that old person that you used to deal with, or even a father or even a mother. And then that trigger causes this domino effect into the fact that, yeah, there's conflict, and then you can't figure out why um, you guys are in conflict, because you know that person isn't and you really are trying to figure out, well, you know where is this all coming from? And that's the thing that you do have to. And that's where we have to realize we have to retell our own story. I had to retell my own story. My husband had to retell his own story, because if we didn't, then we wouldn't be healthy in the way, or we would probably wouldn't be together either.
yeah,
Because um, we had two different stories playing. I had this story of being, because I had told myself so much of being single with a career, and I was, really successful at that career, and that didn't work once I got married. So we had to come to, a meeting with Jesus, like, hey, you got to get that story out. You realize you have a husband, you have a son, and you have to really go about in, you know, making space for them and making sure that they are included in everything that you are doing, and how you're operating and how you're working. And so, yeah, it did take some time. It did take some things that were really that were flooding it out, flooding this story that I had been telling myself, whether it was writing it down of the new story that I, was to tell myself, or
yeah.
whatever. But
And as well, just to be transparent with you as well, hey, I had a story of being from the streets. You don't trust nobody. You can't tell nobody nothing, and do those things from this sort. To going to being my own man, to being a father, and also to being a growing, to being a part, saying, you know what, that's not who I am. I'm not a street guy no more. I am a businessman, and
mhm,
and all that, the trust and things like that. I had to deal with that. And as far as how they talk on the streets, and then you don't turn da. But you know what I mean. I had to learn how to treat her with full blown respect. Not my father was in the house. Absolutely, he made sure things was good, bills was taken care of, and things like that, and he protected us on that side. But as far as what I'm supposed to do, not to do, I didn't really never had the example. And a lot of men, we don't, or we pick up from other people. Hey, you supposed to do like this, you supposed to do like that.
yeah,
But hey, like I said, it's time to rewrite that script, and it's all we deal with in the mindset.
yes,
And a lot of people don't realize what they meet in front is not really the real you. You know
yes,
what I mean? Hey, the real you is the subconscious part. That part that's been built early on is what we talking about. And when you realize that, then you're like, oh, okay. And so we help you learn how to reprogram that part. I mean, times you really hear about subconscious mind?
Hmm. Yeah,
You don't.
you don't.
You know what I mean? There's nobody really talking about the subconscious mind. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? You thinking, oh, I got one mind. No, you got two minds. You got the conscious and the subconscious. Now, other part, like I said, conscious is aware thing, but the subconscious, it's that story, it's that early program, in
Yes.
all your experiences. So
Yes.
whether you succeeded, you failed, or you thought that's who you was, hey, that's not really what it is. Man, so we work on clearing out the guard snatchers. We work on open up the it's like an oven. Let's find out what's cooking in there, okay?
Hmm.
Oh, those was your thoughts in there for? We tell you, we help you and show you how those limited beliefs stop you from going to where you're going, and now you can put in some new beliefs once you figure out what that is and what's really stopping you, and going from there. Also, within your household, hey, is your household and you're arguing, you're fighting, or it seems like you have a problem with communications,
Yes.
uh, with the children and things like that? Standards and principles. What principles are you really working with? Now, I don't like conventional wisdom because hey, those things it just don't work. They change up with magazines and hey, this the new
Hmm.
no. Really, what real principles are eternal and they universal and they work for everybody. Was you checking your makeup in the mirror?
No.
Oh, okay. It looked like I'm sorry, I got distracted. So hey, you gotta you gotta put these principles so hey and things and so you can talk, communicate better with each other. We deal with this in our
90-day powerhouse program.
get it out, man. I
Yeah.
understand. We deal all this in our program. I couldn't get it out of there. It was in there. It was like having fighting stuff. But we work with you on this, and yeah, we gotta add a little bit of humor because we're not just super stiff like hey. So we add a little humor within it and help you get to the other part. So go ahead, wifey. I've been talking a little bit too much. I feel
Go
like
ahead. Finish telling the program. Go ahead. No, it's also we dealing with
ladies.
communication, and that's the biggest. That's the core piece of our program, and we believe that communication is everything. That ties right into the principles. But most of all, we want to make sure that self love is really focused on. And both of you, and that you both can come together to bring a love that really is sound. It is really um, clarity there in regards to the direction of the relationship, in regards to who you both are, because once you understand who you both are, then you there are so many other areas in your life that will be enlightened. And it's so key that you do begin with yourself, and this is what this is about. Let's begin with ourselves so that we can begin to tackle both of us, that we're in a healthy and we're in a safe place,
Yeah.
and that we can grow together. But not only that, if we have children, that our children are in a healthy place, and that they can have their minds are making those connections that are necessary for them to have healthy relationships going forward. And we love to address the intimacy part of it, because it's more than just physical. It is spiritual, it is emotional, it is an intellectual intimacy that we also are going to address. And so that, yes, you are being able to have the passion and the romance back into your relationship, and that you guys are thriving. That's what the powerhouse couple model is about, that we're thriving and that we're admired by others, so that we can share that model of relationship with other people. And it goes beyond just your marriage or your dating relationships, but also that relationships to family and then to your workplace begin to get better, because we are tackling some major issues across the board.
So man, definitely book your 45-minute breakthrough call with us so that we can help your life be a greater and better life. So you and your family, your spouse, man, it's time, like I said, It's time to quit with the old story. Go forward.
Yes.
It's time to do your own thing. It's time to really find out exactly who you are, what you in your relationship, and all that it can be.
Yes.
Because hey, man, life is too short to be unhappy
Yeah.
or to be coming home and things are crazy or you can't talk or
Yeah.
um man,
Yeah.
like I
Sleeping
said,
in the other room.
and the kids are suffering. And we don't want that.
Yeah.
So hey, like I said, book your 45-minute free call with us. We love you. Hey, we thank you for tuning in all the time. Hey, always look forward to us. We come on at 8:30. We across all the social media platforms. We on YouTube. We also got another channel, the Next Level Relationships
Yes. And love breakthrough.
and Love Breakthrough. Yeah, she helps me out. That's why I got it in my better half. So, man, check us out. We love you. You take care. We out here. All right, bye bye.
Good night.
Do, 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 do.